intro music is always a little bit louder. Fading off her food, shall be back afterwards. Alright, Koala, do that. Have a nice dinner. Shield only? No. Not shield only. Well, mostly Lord, not having the best of days this last few. Have fun, peeps. Alright, Blacko, sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon. Always sucks when that happens. But I hope it gets better very soon. I've been playing this game over the last couple of days. I'm currently trying to fight the giant tree boss. Oh, nice! So you made pretty good progress. If I remember correctly, that is the first time you're playing it yourself, right? You watch people play it, but you haven't played it yourself, correct? So I said I wanted to switch weapons, and that does not only have a reason for vanity's sake, but also a gameplay element, but we will get to that in a second. First, though, I will have to sell some items, I think. Which is an issue because I don't have any items to sell. Not really any, anyway.
Ashen one.
Well, what do I do? What do I do? Actually, I don't need too many souls, so I have to. You died, Abu. First time for Dark Souls 3 for you. Have played Bloodborne, but that's it so far. So how are you enjoying it in comparison? The movement, the combat. Do you like it?
Ah, how may I be of service?
Oh yeah, distracting yourself is a good way of doing that, Blacko. Okay, I will just sell a bunch of items that I don't need anyway. Oh, I mean, not need is maybe too much, but that I don't use. Can sell these. I don't need too many, but need a few. A few I need. Cookies. Prep powder I don't need. I think I can. Let's sell like 3 embers. That's fine too. Now, there are a couple of things I want to buy. I want to buy a torch. Now you wonder, why would you buy a torch? Now, it has a reason. I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. I like that you can actually use shields in this game. Makes a big difference for you. Sure, yeah. That is certainly a giant difference. So, and I want to use a different weapon for this part. Could use the great scythe. No, scythe. Before Koala is yelling at me again. That would be an option. Uchigatana. I have not enough dexterity for that. Could use the partisan. Do we want to use the partisan? I never played with the partisan. Or do we want to... We could use the whip. Though that will be a mess. No, the whip is a bad idea. The whip is a really bad idea. Whipperino. Can I hack and snuggle you also? None of you hurt or be sad? Yeah, sure. Danielle, go ahead. Sure. I wanna look at the moveset of the partisan. It's a bit of a slow start, but I do want to switch things up a little bit, and I plan on switching up weapons. Ooh. I kind of like the swipe. Using the halberd so far. Your MVP. Could you, I'm not sure. Can I use the halberd right now? But the halberd. Also, kind of similar moveset. The halberd is really good if you use it two-handed without a shield. Or the lucerne. Not a big fan of the moveset. The swipes are nice. Hello, Squidge in here. The scythe is nice. I like it. Let's go with the scythe. Doesn't matter, right? Played this for the first time a bit the other day as a faith build. It was interesting. Yeah, Squid? How did it go?
Just what needs.
Did you like it though? Needs some adjustment for sure. So, what do you guys think? Should I take the scythe or the partisan? Those are the options. Scythe or partisan? Nah, not the whip. Not for this section. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to try around a little bit, and especially if you then farm and like the basic upgrade material is easy to farm, so you can quickly bring it up to the level. Master Draker says scythe. Okay, we go with the scythe. So I upgrade that, and I will also infuse it with a fire gem. Now we have the fire scythe, and we have a torch that I will equip here. Why? You will find out very soon. Yeah, it does pretty good bleeding damage. And I think I will just use it for this section of the game anyway, so we will switch around a little bit with weapons. Has a slightly shorter reach than I was expecting when I tried it. Yeah, it has a very good reach if you use it two-handed. Insanity. Then it has a really good reach. Hello, Violet. How are you doing? Yeah, I prefer it as well, but like for example, like here in two-handed, you see that you have this forward lunge almost in the normal attack. Then you have this upward swipe, and so it has a little more. Tired, but nearly at the end of the week. Nice. First, I need to get used to the weapon. Enter the game. That guy backstabbed me. The thing that they explode. Is the game a little bit too loud, or is it too quiet? Let me know. Well, that was interesting. Oh, I forgot to put on Tears of Denial. All good here? Okay. I'm doing pretty well, tired and exhausted, but that's it. I did try the whip when I found it. It has a really nice reach, but it has a longer wind up to its attacks than I like. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a really fast weapon, which is the issue. Try torch. So they are actually saying that, and this, I figured this out only by accident, but let me see if I can demonstrate it to you. So we have these ugly bees. Look at them. They swipe. So now I have... They are weak against fire, as you can see. And because I have a fire weapon, nothing else happens. But if you don't have a fire weapon equipped, I have to say, Oh no, it does happen. See, the bleeding thing went up all the time because when they hit you, you have maggots on your you have maggots on your body. But if you pull out a torch, you burn them and you're good. Otherwise, you would have to, like, they will eat at you until you bleed. So it's really nasty, and I didn't know that the first time I got here. Only when I revisited later, I accidentally swapped to a torch and figured that out. Hello, Coley Badger. How are you doing? Hello, Vileblood. Same to you. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just a little bit tired. So then we have these guys here. Look at these. That looks interesting, right? Guess I'm mostly fine too. It is kind of like the frenzy build-up, yeah, just that here you can actually do something about it. I'm not sure if equipping the pyromancy flame works as well. It might. Maybe Master Draco knows that. But yeah, these monsters gave me a lot of trouble the first time I fought them, because I didn't know that. So even if you block their attacks, they are nasty. And you can see if you have a fire weapon, they also get stunned by your attacks. Otherwise, they do not, and then they're even more nasty. Saintry Balvine, let's kill him first, and then we will take a look at the... The question was if you know if the pyromancy flame has the same effect here to get rid of the maggots as the torch. So let's look at the Saintry Balvine. There we go. Sacred Shrine for casting miracles of the gods. A Balvine cut from a small saint tree that has been meticulously tended to. Saint tree Balvines are customary in the far north and allow for faster casting than ordinary sacred chimes. So we could compare that to the chime that we have equipped. How does it compare? It's a little bit weaker overall, but it has a faster casting time. The Holy Dingaling, yeah. Do fire gem weapons work too? Yes, this is a fire gem weapon. As you saw, I upgraded the size just a few minutes ago. So this was the regular scythe, and I infused it with fire gem that you can either pick as the starting item or find when you fight the fire demon with Seekward. So you can have two up until this point. And if you infuse one, that works too. That is why I did it, to demonstrate it. We have a crystal lizard, another twinkling titanite. Another titanite shard. Twinkle, twinkle, yes. There's another one. No! And there you see another one, a big one. I will take care of that one in a second. Not 100% familiar with this area anymore. Use another titanite shard. Let's see if, was I able to enter here somewhere? No.
Hello there.
Thank you for the host, Asha Ballona. I must have died like 8 times on the crystal beast in the tutorial area till beginner's trap, but I got it in the end. Yeah, it just takes some time, and it is actually good practice for the game if you do it early. So it's not a bad idea to do it. Gives you a good item, a little bit of extra souls. In the beginning you don't have much to lose, and it helps you practice the movement and the combat a little bit. This one is a little bit tougher, and I just messed up my roll, which is why he hurt me. Okay. Now we're back to normal. I feel like I'm a little bit off with my movement today. Okay, that would have killed me. But I have the... Oh no! I think it didn't, because my Tears of Denial is still going. So I had 1 HP. A little bit lucky there. And with a little bit, I mean a lot. I'm not playing good right now. How much did I upgrade this weapon? It's just +1 and with a fire infusion. So it's fairly weak. But I took it for the fire effect in this area. Which is actually more beneficial than more damage against these maggot monsters. Okay. He's a tough cookie. There we go. Hello, Asha. Is Asha there? Here you have an enemy resistant to fire now. That's the issue I meant last time. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he is resistant against fire, and that is the problem if you infuse weapons with a certain element. You have, obviously, an advantage against some, but also a disadvantage against others. Vision of Woman. I never know what... This has so many appraisals. Oh, I think that is a questline thing, so I will actually rate it well. Will happen to you too. Still at work, can't watch. Hope everyone is okay. Hope you're okay too. Hope work goes well. Yeah, it doesn't have a flaming effect. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, if you do not have a fire weapon here, those enemies are really, really tough. Because you then wouldn't stun lock them like I do now. We picked up the poison ring. Very good ring. One of the bite rings native to Karim increased poison resistance. The crafting of these rings is forbidden, perhaps owing to a fear of malleable stone. Clerics, however, dabble freely in the art. Whew. Okay, so let's continue. Now what I will do is I will quickly reload the game so the crystal lizard is back. So I don't have to run back and forth from a bonfire. Just saves time. And again, this trick, you can also use it if an enemy that drops an item falls off a cliff, for example, and you can't pick up the item. Just reload the game and the item will appear on the ledge of the cliff and you can actually pick it up then. So, because I know that was one of my concerns, even back in the Dark Souls 1 days, when that some kind of enemy that I knew dropped something, either because I saw it fall down or just because it made sense, and fell down into some kind of abyss. And I was like, damn, how do I get the item now? But no problem, just reload the game. Same works with crystal lizards. But don't reload too close, because then they sometimes run away while your game is still loading, and then you have to do it all over again. There you go. Got him there. Another twinkling titanite. So, let me see if there's anything else here. I remember vividly that at this point I got invaded once. And it's funny how you remember those moments in these games. But that was a pretty cool fight. It took quite a long while, and I would say like 10-15 minutes duel. I eventually beat him, although I am bad at PvP, which probably then says more about him than about me. But yeah, it was fun. And it's those kinds of things that you always remember when playing these games. Those kind of personal memories about certain areas and moments. Here's another Titanite shard. I feel like... is here something else? Am I missing something? I had a feeling that here's... thought here is another Estus Flask shard, but maybe I'm just mixing it up. I had to exit game once during the boss fight with Vicar Amelia. I had 8 blood vials. When I came back, she recovered all her health. Yeah, well, yeah, I think that is so you can't trick the game. Playing in offline mode because I got no time for invasions. Yeah. But yeah, I mean the NPC invasions that you get, you can still have in the game, which is good because they are sometimes necessary for some quests. So now let's I will quickly go back to Firelink. We got a bunch of souls. And I want to put them to good use. Oh, you had to answer the phone, yeah. Yeah, I mean, those things happen. It's unfortunate. Yeah, but I know what you mean, Draco. I can totally understand why people play that offline. And there are some spots, especially later, one spot where invasions are very annoying because it is part of a covenant, so you get constantly invaded. So depending on how it goes, I may go through that part with in offline mode as well, just because it's a little more convenient for a playthrough. Okay, can't upgrade. Good.
Welcome home, speak. Very
Level up.
well. Then touch the dark, take nourishment
Usually play
from
offline,
these
yeah.
sovereignless souls.
Yeah, I mostly play online because as long as I'm not embered up, they can't invade me anyway. But I totally get the point. Let's go to Dexterity 16. I think I mentioned it last time, and
Farewell, Ash May the Flame.
I think that's how I want to do it, is to go into a Faith Dex build overall. Speaking of which... Wait, isn't... Deuterino here somewhere? For many, it's part of the experience, but it can get quite annoying sometimes indeed, especially when the enemies are big. Yeah, for me, it's certainly part of the experience, which is why I usually play online. However, sometimes I turn it off or intentionally not ember up so I can be invaded. Just to in certain areas because I know that there is a very high invasion rate. But other than that, I kind of like the uncertainty and the risk of constantly that it could constantly happen to be invaded. So let's get the medium heal. Another miracle. Can't equip it right now, but maybe along the road I will be able to do it. Miracles superior to heal. Restores moderate HP for self and those in the vicinity. Also an interesting fact. When you use heal, you have this little circle around you. If you are playing co-op and you're either there in co-op or you have someone helping you with co-op, if they stay close to you, you heal them as well, or the other way around. Miracles are fruit of the study of divine tales, a blessing received from the gods through acts of prayer. Miracles' strength depends on the caster's faith. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's one of the issues. Foul blood, yeah. You consider these games a test of me, but this is the game. I don't like enemy players, and I don't summon other players. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. But I think that's one of the beauties of this game, is that there are so many ways of how to play the game and how to get the most out of the game for your experience. For me, it's more part of the journey, and I do like battling bosses in co-op, and I do like helping bosses in co-op. I mentioned that before, that I sometimes just, I don't know, I just put on a show on Netflix or on YouTube or a stream or something, and then I put down my summon sign over and over again and just help people beat a cool boss. A million ways to die in Lothric. Yeah, I think there's just an issue that you have with a lot of these big fandoms, that people are trying to tell you how to play it and what's the right way to play it and what a real gamer does and doesn't do. It's really simple. A real gamer does one thing. He plays games. Or she plays games. They play games. Everything else is irrelevant. That's the only thing that makes you a gamer, is playing games. So, this area now is interesting, because these enemies that you will see, they will respawn a lot. And I probably need some of you paying attention, because I will pick up a few items here while running through, but I won't be able to look at them. So, I need you to remind me which items these are. A Star Greatsword, that's a cool sword. I may switch to that later. That's a really cool sword. Super heavy, giant, but I really like it. So someone may please make a list. Ooh. I could kill them, but they all respawn and everything. It's a bit of a pain. So this little section, the best way really is to just run through. Fading Soul, Executioner's Greatsword. So Executioner's Greatsword is number 2 to remember, please. Fading Soul I already read, and Sora's Greatsword, and oh no, sometimes they look like corpses to pick things up. Just checking if I missed anything here. No, there's the party going on. And these are really not the issue. However, if they vomit on you, that is the same Maggot effect as earlier. So you want to have a torch equipped in one of your weapon slots at all times here. Just if they hit you, or I think if they just hit you, that isn't an issue. But if they vomit on you, they could give you those maggots as well. So better have a torch equipped, then you're always safe. Just quickly skip through your inventory. Oh boy. And as you can see, fire against them also very useful. These guys are a little more tricky. And now I'm almost through. Now, here's Tears of Denial that I again forgot to put on. Ooh. So now you will soon see both. That enemy though, you have to take him seriously. He's a mean guy. However, with a little bit of luck, you see those arrows? There is a way. There we go. Our friend, our giant friend, is shooting here as well. Since we befriended him, we are safe from him, but he helps you in this area. And the indication, very clearly, there's arrows already in the ground. Helps you out with these guys. So soon you can then loot the area. So, I think I'm safe here right now. So, and you can also see just a little indication he shoots, and again we have one of these white trees here that will play a role later. So now the item. It was Astora's Greatsword and Executioner's Greatsword, I think. Astora Greatsword. This greatsword bestowed only upon elite knights as a relic of the rune land of Astora. Designed for a focus on thrust attacks, this sword is hard and sharp, but not usually heavy. Not unusually heavy. So, pretty good sword. Ultra Greatsword with only a weight of 8. Pretty nice. Relies more on dexterity, so that might be actually something that we will use soon. Then we have the Executioner's Greatsword. Greatsword of a debauched executioner used for beheadings. This sword retains a keen memory of its executioner's duty and absorbs FP from each fallen foe. So with that you can recover FP, which then you can use for healing, etc. Could also be an option, since I do want to use miracles in the future. So some good items here. Both swords definitely worth checking out. And that bone shard, that is really good. That is the item that lets us upgrade our Estus Flask to +2, which means more healing with each sip. Here we have more young white branches. We already read that item as well. A soul item. Another soul item. So yeah, if you befriend the giant, you can make this area way easier by just going here, running around, and let the giant do the work. And then you can take your time and just pick up the items that you need. Let me look around here a little bit, just checking if there are any additional items. Yeah, it sounds pretty handy. I think I have never played with the Executioner's Greatsword, so I may check it out next time we get the file. The rusted coin. Maybe later I can also infuse a weapon with, or make it blessed, so it skills with faith. That's something I want to do. It does not open from this side. We have more of these creepy statues. And then we have this little building. I mean, I'm like, if I miss an item, I won't spend an hour trying to get it. But if I miss an item and you guys saw it and I'm still in the vicinity, I will pick it up. So I'll try to get as many items as possible, I guess, but it's not a completionist run. Back up to that I knew, because we will continue there soon. But thank you anyway. Thrust but hole. The light that is visible on me, that is the miracle that we're currently using. That is Tears of Denial, which means as long as that is active, when my health drops to 0, I survive one time. Then I would have to recast it. So it's basically a get out of jail free card. Then now we have the cursed Warden Greatsword, Great Shield, or something like that. Very familiar shield for those who played Dark Souls 2. Great shield given to those who resisted the curse long ago. Far too heavy for an ordinary person. Perhaps it signifies the foolishness of resisting the curse. And yet, those who bear the weight of this shield will not find its protection against curses wanting. So, very good shield. High protection, but also requires a lot of strength. Very heavy. And it is the shield of the pursuer from Dark Souls 2. You pursue my thoughts there. And this is the ladder that leads down to the area where we fought the giant crystal lizard. No, but thank you again, Squid, for pointing that out. I was aware of that item. I saw it, and but I knew that this is the way we progress, so that is why I didn't pick it up. But usually when that happens, let me know. I certainly can miss things and will miss things, and as long as I'm close to it, I will pick it up. Red bug pellet. I will read that later, and this is a little bit of an ambush. Oh, see, there I would be at 0 health. Oh, I can't heal. I can't heal because they threw the hunter's charm on me. Ooh, ooh, I'm in deep trouble here. Deep trouble. No! Ah! Draco! Thank you for gifting a sub to Valblood. That's very kind of you. Ah. I died a Reno, yes. But yeah, there you saw the effect of the Tears of Denial. Spared my life once, and then I tried to read the sub and also explain what happened there. And what happened there was that one of these guys threw the item, the Undead Hunter Charm, I think it's called, that prevents others from healing, and that is why I couldn't use my Estus Flask. So that is why I couldn't heal, although I wanted to. Oh, thank you for doing the oops, Danielle. That is very kind. It was an adventurer once, yes. Developer mistake, yes. Because I didn't die, it was obviously a developer mistake. They could have made the game better, really, honestly. This big swipe of the scythe is really nice. But now I opened the shortcut so it won't be long. Just can drop down here. A notification on invasion, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, though. That's very kind. Big hefty swipe. Oh, I almost forgot to use my torch. Get rid of the maggots. Now everything is fine again, and we can continue. Need to pick up my souls as well. This section of the game coming up is pretty tough because the way to the next bonfire is pretty long. One of the longer ways to in between bonfires. And there are some tough encounters happening. We also have this guy. And they are also not to mess with. I mentioned that earlier, but last time our giant friend helped us. And this time nothing will help me. Except my subpar Dark Souls skills. Ugh. And there goes my Tears of Denial again. Oh boy. Here against this enemy, it's clearly an issue that I don't have as much damage with my weapon. No! We both died! And I lost all my souls. Ugh. Yeah, it's wrong game. I actually might... Do I want to check out the other weapons? The Executioner Sword? Maybe. Thank you for the... Oops! Let me check if I can actually use them right now. Here I'm missing Strength. And here I'm missing Dexterity. 2 Dexterity. So I can't use them right now. I could just run past them, but I don't want to. What makes him so dangerous is that he inflicts so much bleeding, attacks often, so he drains your endurance very quickly. One of these 6 different weapons that sounded fun to me. It's part of the fun. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, these graveyard girls are an issue. Actually, let me check something. I might switch back for this section to the Claymore again. Because now the fire damage isn't as important anymore. Hey. And with the Claymore, as you can see, because it's a little heavier, it stuns this guy. Wanted to jump away, but I didn't. It's also always hard to gauge with them how much ground they make on you with their attacks. So they are nasty. There is my... Right at the grave, okay. Also forgot to put on Tears of Denial. That would have been bad. Let's drink an Estus. And go down this way again. So, now we have this ambush again. And last time I forgot about this guy, and he threw the Undead Hunter's Charm at me, which then meant that I couldn't heal when I needed to. This guy upstairs, he does a lot of damage. I mean, I took an arrow to my head, so you would assume that it does a lot of damage. Ooh. Okay, he wants a fiery hug. Ooh. I rolled into him. That was not the best idea. Worked out, though. They replenish a lot of health, but they are limited. Like, you can't collect them like ambush ahead. Yes, here's another ambush. So this part is full of little and larger ambushes. Or ambushi. That is why I said that this section of the game is pretty tough, especially if you play it the first time and you don't know where the next bonfire is. The way to the bonfire is pretty long. Oh, there's a... But I just regained an Estus Flask. I think it is when someone praises the notes. A deep gem. Oh, look at chat. Yeah, and you can pick up more S's along the way, right? Like you have 20 blood vials, and if you use 5, you can pick up more again. Whereas here, it's just as many Estus Flask as you have at the moment, and You have to upgrade them in order to have more at that particular stage. The Thrall Axe, I will try to find a spot where I'm fairly safe, and then I will read the description. Thrall Axe. Small hand axe used by Lothric slaves, a cunning weapon for a cunning lot. This axe is quick and deadly. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they are shooting at me. And again, very... Woo! You want to be on your toes? I don't have any endurance anymore. And then you go here. Oh yeah. Went right into that spear. Whew. This is another ambush. They give it away though, like if you take your time and look around. Oh, I was out of endurance. Oh boy. Red bug pellet. Oof. I wanted to roll. I couldn't! Oh no. I couldn't move. Couldn't move. Got stuck on the wall. Stuck on the wall. Do. Yes.
Hello.
Thank you for the follow, Needers. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, it does, but in that case, that attack damages you twice, the grab attack. So it saved me from death once, but the second time it did not. It's a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, that's reason. The miracle did work, but the attack did me in. So now I have to get through this part again. Come here. Got the backstab. Yeah, those evangelists are tough. They are very hard to stun and do a lot of damage, do bleeding with their club, and also have a lot of health. Definitely one of the tougher enemies in the beginning. Okay, come here. Come here, buddy. And you can get rid of the obelisk guy there, but he's just a pain. Oh, come on. What? Healing. Ooh. Pick up the firebomb. Can throw firebombs at him or attack him with a bow, but alright, High Rock, see you around. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the resub earlier. So we have there another guy. There is that little bugger. I don't know when he drops down. There we go. There he is. Can't underestimate these guys. They may be small, but they do a lot of damage with their axe and their combos. As I just proved. Actually, let's Amber up. A little bit of more health here can't hurt. There's another one. Okay. Got stuck again. Ah. Alright, man, Danielle, thank you for stopping by. Very much appreciated. So... yeah, it's Embers. Embers is the humanity of Dark Souls 3. Let's use our tools a little bit. I have to make it harder than it already is. So, again, that is why I like having stuff like firebombs around, although my aiming is shit. It can definitely help luring enemies out and making difficult situations a little bit easier, especially if you are newer to the game. I can recommend that. Ooh. There we go. No, when they're not when they're in praying mode, I can't log onto them. Evangelist Trouders. So let's check these out. Let's check out her pants. That will give us a little bit more insight on the lore about the evangelist. Trousers of an evangelist sent from the cathedral. These teachers, all women, came to enlighten inhabitants of the ended settlement and sent carries on the path of sacrifice. So they were sent into the undead settlement where we found Loretta's bones and where the tree was, and they were sent to teach them and kind of sent them here to the Cathedral of the Deep for sacrifices. I took her pants! I sure did. Let's heal up. He does a lot of damage. I was just going to say that, and then I demonstrated it. Because Twitch is a visual medium. That's why I did it. Another ambush. I forgot about these two. I knew that there was an ambush, but... ah, the stairs prevented me from hitting these two. Okay. Another thrall axed. Or X. What do you mean questionable? I think there's another one, yeah. Again, this part is full with ambushes. Another one, forgot about this one. And can be really, really tough if you are new to the game. Throw X, that's nasty. Fine. Now, there's another one of these guys, and he can be particularly nasty. Why, you will see soon. We've got an extra refill of our... So, if you look closely, you see two of these Grave Warden guys walk around there. And I really don't want to fight two of them. I may have to... Come here. What? Come here. I think there are two. Not sure. Maybe there's just one. Bad enough, if you ask me. But as you can see, they are way easier to fight here with the Claymore because the attacks stun them a little bit. And obviously I do more damage. Whereas the Scythe was way more effective against the Maggot enemies. Grey Warrens are just trying to... See, there's the second one. Trying to find the deep roads. They found a red crystal. And now everything is bad. Varric knows your pain. Woo. Okay. At least we have a nice view from here. There we have another enemy. Okay, I think there's no item here. Then we have these guys. Bianca sends her regards, yeah. Ooh. Dead. Some free fire bombs, I'll take it. Quite a bit of souls by now as well. But I can tell you we are close to the next bonfire, at least. And if that doesn't look like an ambush, I don't know what does. We got another refill. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you get refills if someone rates your message positively. So it does make sense to help other players with some help. That is, I would say, one of the cooler online features in games that I have seen. That it actually pays off to help people find secrets, etc. Give them advice. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, you don't have them when you're playing offline. Then you only have the developer advice. But I think I just feel like it's a cool way of incorporating an online mechanic. Let me know what you think about it. Come here. Yeah. There's another one. He's just standing there. Ooh. Now there's a guy with a big axe. I don't think it gives you health back, Draco. I think it gives you Estus Flask back. It refills your Estus Flask. Now I'm at 8 again. But it may be something else that gives you the Estus Flask back. So, he's down. Just another ambush here. 13,000 souls. And here we can enter the Cathedral of the Deep. You can get a random flashback after killing her, but the chance is very small, okay? This happens very often. Monstrosity ahead. You can also look down here, and look at that! Look at that big guy. I'm actually not sure what is... Fire is useful against them. Okay. I think this damages your equipment. Oh boy. Someone died somehow. Someone died somehow. That guy seems fun, you think? Someone died somehow. I'm not exactly sure who's dying. So now you can go down this elevator. Is it a shortcut? Maybe. Can definitely go this way. And this leads all the way back to our starting bonfire. Isn't that nice? So now I will do a quick travel to Firelink Shrine.